Unveil the 9 miraculous struggles of the chosen ones during the divine August 31st portal revealed. In the quaint village of Hopewell, nestled among rolling hills, whispers of miracles echoed through the streets as the divine August 31st portal approached. It was said that on this night, miracles would fill the air, gracing the faithful with unimaginable blessings. But as the village braced itself, a profound struggle gripped Samuel, a humble father devoted to his family and faith. His beloved daughter, Lily, lay frail and fevered, ensnared by a strange affliction that left even the wisest doctors perplexed. As he knelt in prayer at St. Michael's Church, candlelight danced around him, illuminating his tear-streaked face. He begged St. Jude for intervention, pouring his heart into each request. Unknown to him, the vibrancy of the portal was being felt by others too, his fellow villagers, all grappling with their own mysteries and tribulations. The current of faith surged in the air, every heart awaiting a spark of the divine. Among the villagers was a widow named Anne. Her voice trembled as she recounted the night she was enveloped in an angel's embrace during a roaring tempest. I thought I was finished, but then I felt warmth like sunlight flooding my soul, and darkness fled. Her eyes sparkled with tears of hope as the gathered crowd gasped, their own uncertainties cast aside, for they too longed for a touch of heavenly kindness. There was Farmer Ted, who had fought a losing battle against a debilitating illness. I could not walk, could barely breathe, but on that blessed night, he said, the reverence building in his tone, I woke up whole. The ache left me, and I danced under the moonlight, declaring my freedom. The villagers murmured, some nodding in disbelief, while others clutched their rosaries tighter, eyes reflecting the flickering candlelight like stars dimmed by the cloud of doubt. The clock ticked as Samuel led his family in prayer each evening, fervently upholding hope for Lily's recovery. But the skepticism around him felt like a weight dragging him down, as questions filled the air like leaves in autumn. Was it foolish to believe? He stole glances at Lily, her delicate frame a reminder of the fragility of faith against overwhelming odds. The eve of the divine portal arrived, and the village gathered under a star-kissed sky, hearts entwined yet restless. Samuel, surrounded by flickering flames and murmurs of prayer, felt the tension unfurl within him. Could truth be woven from miracles? As petitions rose toward heaven, dark clouds loomed overhead, echoing his struggle. Night fell, and the clock struck 10, the moment of divine intervention or impending heartbreak. Just then, a radiant light flickered outside, bathing the church in a warm glow. A gasp swept through the crowd as Samuel's heart raced. Could this be the miracle they desperately sought? Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. As the villagers collectively held their breath, Samuel locked eyes with Lily, once more his little girl whose spirit now seemed to flicker against fading light. A sense of invincible faith began to swell within him, while the air crackled with anticipation. What lay beyond the shadows? Would hope triumph as the night unfolded, or would despair linger in the depths? The mystery remained, a whisper promising more. The light intensified, casting golden rays that danced across the faces of the villagers, illuminating their expressions of wonder and faith. Samuel felt a gentle warmth enveloping him, pulling his heart in the direction of the radiant glow. He whispered another prayer, more fervently than before, his spirit ignited by the divine possibility that this light brought with it. The crowd began to murmur, voices barely containing their wonder. What could it be? And anxious voice reached him amidst a chorus of gasps. Is it an angel? Farmer Ted felt compelled to step forward, his once trembling legs steady with the resolve of newfound strength. God has come to us. He is answering our prayers. As the brilliance unfolded, a figure stepped forth from the light like a statue woven from pure hope. A figure adorned in a flowing robe, luminous and serene. Was it truly an angel, or perhaps a manifestation of divine love? The villagers instinctively took a step back, some clasping hands, others raising their voices in praise, overwhelmed by this celestial presence. Samuel felt his heart pounding, a mix of awe and fear gripping him. He was just a simple man, barely worthy of such a sight. But as the figure approached, all fear melted away, replaced by a profound peace that filled the air. The angel's eyes were bright, like stars in the darkest night, and they pierced through Samuel's own darkness, igniting a flame of belief deep within him. "Fear not," the angel spoke, a voice like a sweet melody that lifted the weight of despair draped across the crowd. "For on this night of divine convergence, your hearts have called for miracles, and they shall be bestowed." Samuel's breath hitched. His thoughts raced to Lily, her small form resting back at home, struggling against the burden of illness. Did this mean relief was near? Would she rise, vibrant and whole, under the glowing moon, just as Farmer Ted had? As if sensing his thoughts, the angel turned its gaze directly upon him. "Your faith shall be rewarded, Samuel," it said, lifting a hand and gesturing toward the flickering candlelight. "This is not merely a light, it is the manifestation of hope, solidarity, and your unwavering prayers." Each flame represents a wish sent soaring towards the heavens. Around them, candles burned brighter as if responding to the heavenly call, illuminating faces with shimmering hope. The villagers stood transfixed, feeling the currents of love intertwining through their souls, renewing a shared bond formed by their struggles. "Lift your hearts and witness the chains of affliction breaking tonight," the angel declared. "For miracles are not simply given. They're drawn forth by belief, by the interwoven hearts of the faithful." As the angel's words echoed through the night, a profound stillness descended, embracing the congregation. Samuel closed his eyes, letting hope wash over him like a divine tide. He pictured Lily, her laughter, her smile, her unyielding spirit of joy that malady seemed to steal. When he opened his eyes again, the light grew even stronger. The whispers of affirmation swelled, punctuated by cries of faith. The miracle they had longed for brewed within the atmosphere, a palpable energy tinged with sacred promise. But within this electric moment, doubt flickered at the edges of Samuel's heart. Was he truly ready for whatever unfolded next? Would he lose Lily again, or witness her rebirth into the vibrant spirit she once was? Then, an unexpected tremor shivered through the ground beneath them, and the air filled with warmth. In that divine collective moment, the audience held their breath, waiting for the heights of faith to lead them into the depths of God's grace. As the congregation waited in serene anticipation, they felt a stirring deep within, a message whispered into their hearts. What joy dwells in waiting? But what does hope chase if it cannot touch the impossible? And just as this thought settled, the ground beneath Samuel shifted, and everything around them began to change. Would their faith withstand the unraveling of the known, or would they discover the hidden treasures of divine love that existed beyond their imagination? The ground trembled softly beneath Samuel's feet, and an electric energy pulsed around the gathering, bringing whispers of divine possibility. The radiant light swirled, cascading around the villagers like a divine river, urging them to believe beyond reason. Samuel could feel the presence of the angel, a warmth in the air that filled his lungs with courage and expectation. His heart raced. The light was more than just illumination, it was promise. With every flickering flame held high, he sensed tangible hopes being woven together, knitting the fabric of shared years of prayers and heartaches. Samuel turned to his neighbors, their eyes wide, reflecting the same spark of faith that danced within him. "Look, look!" and exclaimed, pointing toward the center of the radiant glow. As Samuel's gaze followed, he could barely comprehend the scene unfolding before him. The angel stood taller now, every detail sharper. The robe shimmered as if embroidered with celestial light. The voice, though soft, rang with authority. Tonight, it proclaimed, the barriers separating the ordinary from the extraordinary will fall. In your lives, suffering shall transform, burdens will lighten, and the sick shall heal. As these words resonated through the air, they bore an unmistakable weight. Each syllable was a promise, a heavenly invitation to step beyond the veil of doubt and embrace the miracle prepared for them. Around them, the villagers murmured in awe, hope exploding in their hearts. Samuel felt warmth on his skin, the energy coiling into something tangible, something real. Oh, God, he breathed, a smile breaking through his anxious thoughts. Perhaps Lily would not be alone in her fight anymore. He could feel her spirit joining him, as if the light was drawing her near. Suddenly, a new voice joined the angel's proclamation, gentle yet powerful. There are 7 struggles that weigh on the hearts of the chosen, 7 burdens that shall come to light. The atmosphere crackled, the energy shifting as the crowd leaned in, captivated by these celestial revelations. With each struggle revealed, Samuel felt an awakening not just for himself, but for all. Illness, fear, despair, doubt, isolation, poverty, and guilt, the angel continued. Each one has sought to steal your hope. Yet, with faith, you shall vanquish them. Claim your freedom tonight. Each word resonated like a drumbeat in Samuel's chest, stirring up long-suppressed feelings. His own struggle with doubt surfaced. Was his faith enough? Yet in that moment, with the promise of healing cascading from the angel, doubt felt lighter, as if the very ground beneath him was lifting him into the air. The villagers began to clasp hands, forming a circle of united strength. Together, Farmer Ted's voice boomed, igniting a fire within the hearts gathered. Together we can claim our miracles. Samuel felt their collective faith resonate like a symphony, harmonizing the low whispers of individual fears into a crescendo of belief. As the angel spread its arms wide, light erupted, illuminating the night sky, a brilliance that no earthly darkness could dim. Samuel breathed deep, filling his lungs with this transformed air. It was infused with hope, and he could hear joy erupting in each heart. But then, an unexpected pulse of fear slithered through him. Would their collective faith be enough to reach beyond the bounds of their struggles? Could they truly confront the darkness? The uncertainty flickered like a candle in his mind, threatening to snuff out the growing light. Just as his thoughts began to intertwine with dread, the angel interrupted, directing its gaze at Samuel, a comforting presence in the tumult. Remember, faith is simply believing in what you cannot see. You are not alone in this. Your voices rise together. Miracles await those who dare to believe. With those words, the trembling ground whispered anew. Like roots plunging deep into the earth, Samuel's faith and the faith of the villagers intertwined, bringing forth something transformative. And just as hope surged, a sudden stillness fell over the crowd. What awaited them in this sacred exchange between heaven and earth? Would they unearth the miracles locked within their hearts? Or would they find new paths through struggles yet unseen? The mystery hung in the air, and the night promised to reveal more than they had ever dreamed. As the stillness enveloped them, whispers of anticipation swept through the villagers like an eager wind. Samuel could hear the soft rustling of the leaves, dancing to a melody only the angels could compose. He felt a tug within him, a call to reclaim that childlike faith that once burned brightly in his heart. With every breath, he surrendered his fear to the radiant glow surrounding him. Look, an voice pierced through the silence once more. Can you see it? She pointed toward the center, where the angel stood, its aura shimmering like a beacon in the dark. Samuel squinted, focusing his gaze. The air around the angel began to pulse with color, swirling into hues of gold and violet. Each spiraling wave seemed to cradle a part of the crowd's hope, gathering strength from their united faith. The angel's voice rang out again, echoing into the depths of their souls. Prepare yourselves, for healing flows like a river tonight, and the burdens you carry shall disintegrate in this sacred space. A collective gasp rose from the crowd. Samuel felt his heart thud. Everything felt so alive and real. This was not just a moment. It was a divine invitation. Whatever struggle you bring, lay it before me, the angel commanded gently, its eyes holding a depth of compassion that transcended understanding. Speak it into the light, and watch as the chains begin to shatter. Samuel's mind raced. He thought of Lily, of the past months strained under the weight of illness and despair. With trembling lips, he stepped forward, vulnerability bubbling within him. I carry fear still. Fear for my sister's life. Fear for what tomorrow holds. I need healing. The angel's gaze never wavered. Then claim your sister's healing, Samuel. Speak her name. In that moment, he felt a swell of courage rising up from deep inside. Lily, he cried out, the name escaping his lips with newfound power. The crowd began to murmur, repeating her name in unison. The air thickened with faith, a palpable tension that crackled as if the energy of the universe regrouped around them. One by one, more voices joined in, sharing their burdens, their struggles. Isolation, whispered someone. Poverty, another cried out. Each utterance resonated, pushing back against the darkness that had lingered too long. As the confessions melded into a harmonious chorus, the angel raised its arms high. Rejoice. In this moment, every burden you've shared is lifted. Every cry for help is answered. In the wake of truth, despair finds no home. Light erupted like a supernova, surging forth, weaving into the crowd. Samuel felt its warmth wash over him, a divine embrace that clasped his heart tightly. It was as if the angel had stirred something sacred within him, awakening forgotten dreams and unshakable faith. Tears streamed down his face, not from fear, but from a profound comfort that held him steady. He glanced around. The villagers were glowing, a brilliant tapestry of hope, each face illuminated against the backdrop of the night. Yet, even in this moment of divine presence, Samuel felt a stirring of uncertainty. Could they trust what was unfolding? Had he truly conquered the fears holding him and his sister captive? What if tomorrow brought challenges yet unseen? The questions trailed through his mind, yet he clung to the light that filled the space. Before he could spiral into doubt, the angel approached him, its voice nearly a whisper, but powerful enough to resonate deep in his soul. Faith, dear one, is not merely the absence of doubt, but the strength to dance amidst it. Together, you shall rise, for a miracle is just around the corner. A soft hush spread, leaving the air filled with expectancy. What miracles awaited them, and would the strength of their faith break through the final barriers? The night felt alive with unseen possibilities, each boundless moment echoing with divine promise. In Samuel's heart, the question lingered. Would tomorrow reveal the miracles that were promised? The longing for tomorrow gripped him like an overwhelming tide, drawing him closer to the edge of faith. The stars blinked above, their radiant light glimmering like the promises of a faithful God. With every passing minute, the air grew heavy with anticipation. Samuel's heart thrummed, not only with hope, but also with a hint of trepidation, as if the very essence of the night held secrets yet to be unveiled. The villagers, with eyes wide, caught every fleeting motion of the angel, and gripped Samuel's arm, her voice a breathless whisper. Do you feel it? Something is changing, something wonderful. Her words radiated a warmth that wrapped around Samuel like a comforting cloak. Something miraculous, he breathed, still caught in a web of expectancy. Suddenly, the angel stepped closer, casting its luminous gaze over the crowd. The power of unity is the key to the divine door, it proclaimed, every word echoing off the ethereal walls of creation. Let your faith intertwine, and together you will witness the extraordinary. As the words settled in the atmosphere, villagers began to stand, shoulders squared, determination igniting in their eyes. Samuel felt his own spirit lift. They embodied the heartfelt cry of those who dared to dream, who believed in restoration. "Raise your hands to the heavens," the angel commanded, and the villagers complied, a wave of stretched arms creating a bridge of faith, linking each heart to the next. The golden light intensified, splashing over them like a sunbeam cascading through a forest canopy. "Now, let us name our struggles once more," commanded the angel, softer yet firm. Words flowed freely, each confession sounding like music in the night. Addiction, loneliness, fear. Each word danced upon the air, mingling with the vibrant light, harmonizing into a beautiful melody of transformation. A ripple of energy surged through Samuel as he joined in the outpouring, vulnerable but strong. "Worry," he called out, "for the future for Lily. Release it," the angel encouraged. "In confessing your struggles, you shine light upon the darkness. Trust that healing resides within you all." At once, beams of light shot down, weaving through the strands of hope that held them together. The air around Samuel crackled, tingling at the edges of his skin. Joy surged within him, tugging at the pain and fear that had tangled his heart. And then a shift. The atmosphere thickened. A profound stillness enveloped the villagers. They shared a moment of reflection, gazing at the angel. Samuel could feel that pulse of divine connection, tenuous yet present. The angel lowered its hands, bringing the shimmering light closer to earth. "Each of you holds a miracle. It's there, nestled within your faith. All you need to do is embrace it." Suddenly, Samuel's heart raced. A vision flashed in his mind, Lily laughing, her spirit unbroken, free from the chains of her illness. Tears flooded his eyes, for fear began to disperse like fog under the rising sun. "Thank you, Lord," he whispered, feeling a wave of gratitude crash over him. Could this truly be the moment they had waited for? Could it be that healing was finally within reach? The angel smiled, a profound peace radiating from its presence. "By trusting, you are healed. Dare to believe in what your heart knows to be true, even when tomorrow seems uncertain." As the villagers began to cheer, Samuel's heart danced. They were stepping into their power, awakening what lay dormant inside. Yet at the edges of this joy, a question brewed like a storm cloud on the horizon. Would they be ready for the truth that came with such power? Would their union withstand the weight of the miracles promised? As the villagers erupted in praise, the angel lifted its arms again, bridging heaven and earth. "The dawn of transformation is upon you, but a test of faith still awaits. Prepare your hearts, for the true unveiling begins. Would they stand firm when faced with the might of their own miracles?" The night, charged with anticipation, left Samuel lingering in the cloud of divine uncertainty. The golden light enveloped the villagers, pulsating like a heartbeat, drawing them into a rhythm of unity. Each person stood, hands raised toward the sky, hearts synchronized in an unspoken pledge. The air shimmered with faith, thick and electric, as the angel prepared to guide them through the transformation they so desperately sought. "Look upon each other," the angel encouraged, its voice woven with tenderness and strength. "Each face holds a thread of the divine tapestry. Together, you are stronger than your struggles. Together, you can lift each other higher." Samuel glanced around at the faces he had known his whole life. There was Thomas, the baker, his brow furrowed with worry but his mouth a whisper of prayer. Mary, the schoolteacher, eyes brimming with unshed tears, seemed to shine brightly, as though hope was kindling within her. He felt a surge of warmth for his community, their struggles woven together like strings of a beautiful song, resonating in unison. "Embrace your truth," the angel proclaimed, urging them closer to the brink of revelation. "Speak the names of those struggles which hold you captive, and in doing so, release their grip on your lives. Samuel's heart raced, recalling how these struggles had cost him dearly. Fear, Mary called out, her voice breaking through the stillness. Shame, echoed Thomas. Each confession was met with nods of understanding, creating a wave of solidarity. Let the chains fall. Let the light in. The angel commanded, raising its wings to allow the luminous glow to cascade down upon them. Samuel felt the warmth on his face, healing threads interweaving with every confession. Brokenness, Samuel cried out, finding courage amidst vulnerability. As he spoke the word, a flood of emotion rushed through him. Moments of doubt, anguish, and despair surfaced like a rushing stream breaking through a dam. Yet, as he surrendered each burden to the night, he felt lighter, as if lifted by unseen hands. With every spoken struggle, the golden light pulsed brighter, illuminating the path of healing that lay before them. Yet, beneath the joy, a flicker of worry lingered in Samuel's chest. What comes next? He wondered. What if we aren't ready for the truth that will be unveiled? Fear not, for truth is a friend, not an enemy, the angel said, sensing his hesitation. It may awaken you, but also empowers you. Each struggle named is a seed of growth, but only when nurtured with love and faith can they bloom into miracles. As the light continued to envelop them, Samuel realized it was not merely about individual redemption, but collective awakening. They were being called not just to witness miracles, but to be vessels of them. Then the angel knelt before them, eyes filled with an ancient knowing. You will face trials. You will know moments of doubt. But understand this, your faith strengthens your bond. What you face alone can be conquered together. Samuel nodded, feeling that truth seeped deep into his being. The gentle assurances wrapped around him like a warm blanket. We are not alone, Samuel murmured, echoing the truth that stemmed from their unity. Suddenly, a soft but powerful rustle reverberated through the crowd. The angel stood tall again, eyes aflame with divine fire. The moment of divine intervention arrives. Prepare yourselves. Your faith will be tested, yet it is also your greatest ally. The crowd hushed, an electric anticipation weaving through them once more. Samuel's pulse quickened as he pondered what was coming next. What would be revealed through their collective struggle? Were they truly ready for the miraculous truths ahead? A new dawn was beckoning, and only through the trials could they embrace their destiny. Would they rise together, or would they falter when faced with the vastness of the miracles waiting just beyond the veil? The angel's voice resonated as clear as the bell of morning. Trust as the light shines upon your hearts. Be ready to unveil what lies deep within. The journey has just begun. The golden light pulsed again, shimmering like the first rays of dawn breaking through the night. Hope danced in the hearts of the villagers. Gazes met, hands clasped tighter as they braced for the unknown. Stand firm, commanded the angel, its voice resonating like thunder against the stillness. What seems insurmountable is but a stepping stone to your transformation. Each trial faced together shall brew the strength required for what is to come. Samuel felt a flutter of nerves in his stomach, but with every word the angel uttered, that flutter twisted into a fervent fire of courage. He looked around, finding reassurance among the determined faces of his friends and neighbors. All around him, there were lights of their own, glowing brightly against the challenges they had faced. Expect your truth to shine, the angel continued. But be aware, truth is often cloaked in struggle. Speak now of these struggles, for in naming them, you strip them of their power. Each of you has a part to play. One by one, voices rose. Doubt, cried Mary, her tears now sparkling like stars caught in her hair. Loneliness, called out Thomas, raising his chin defiantly as if challenging the darkness to approach him. Anger, Samuel shouted, the word escaping his lips with more ferocity than he expected. How many times had he bottled it up, fearing it would consume him? As he surrendered his anger, he felt the weight lift, a tangible release flowing through his veins. Breathe, the angel urged as golden rays enveloped them deeper. Emotions swirled in the atmosphere, each declaration intensifying the light flooding the area. They were not just naming struggles. They were illuminating their souls, exposing hidden corners to the radiant clarity. A hush fell over the village as the angel spread its wings wide, their majestic span casting a soft shadow that felt comforting instead of daunting. Fear not the struggles that arise. From them shall spring life, renewal, and transformation. The air thickened with energy. Samuel knew something monumental was unfolding. It felt as if the very ground beneath them vibrated sacred rumblings echoing through the earth, awakening something long dormant within each of them. Here lies the portal, the angel intoned. A doorway awaits on the horizon of divine potential. But to pass, you must let go of false truths. You must rise in unity, knowing that you are chosen vessels for miracles. Miracles. The very word danced like honey on Samuel's tongue, sweet and full of promise. Yet there was weight in that promise, a beckoning to relinquish fears and uncertainties. Could they truly be the agents of such wonders? As if answering his unvoiced thoughts, the angel turned its gaze upon him, eyes alight with understanding. Yes, Samuel, your very hesitations are part of the journey. Do not shy away, my dear. What you fear can serve your purpose if you embrace your struggles. You will become the miracle you seek. With that, a profound stillness washed over the gathering, hearts entwined in an unbreakable bond of faith. And then it happened. A loud crack echoed, the sound of a door flung wide open. The golden light surged forward, curling around them, pulling them into its embrace. What lies beyond? Samuel whispered, breathless, excitement and trepidation colliding within him. Only the divine knows, the angel replied, a smile touching its ethereal lips. But it is time to step across. Are you brave enough? The call of collective faith surged brighter, a joyful chorus of reassurance ringing out in the hearts of the villagers. They stood ready, feeling the nebula of struggle transform into a beacon of hope. Yet, Samuel's heart raced with uncertainty. What awaited them through the portal? An awakening or a challenge too great to bear? The angel's voice echoed, lingering like a melody that refused to fade. Together, you will unveil the miraculous truths that bind you. Are you prepared to embrace that which is yet unseen? Each villager took a deep breath, embracing the divine mystery lying ahead. The golden light enveloped them, brighter than any sun they had ever known. It pulled them into its warmth, a gentle but insistent force urging them forward. Samuel felt his heart beat strongly against his chest, a rhythm syncing with the pulsing light that swept through the village like a strong breeze. Trust, the angel whispered, its voice wrapping around them like a soothing balm. In this sanctuary of light, you are safe. Here, you shall confront the depths of your spirits. As the villagers stepped into the glow, they felt as if they were floating, weightless. Their surroundings began to shift. The comforting village faded, replaced by a vibrant landscape filled with colors they had never seen. Lush greens and golden hues danced together, painting a canvas of divine beauty. Look around you, dear ones, the angel urged. This is your truth revealed, the very essence of who you are. Here lies the light of your struggles. Without warning, shapes began to form around them, scenes from their past emerging like clouds in a tempest. Samuel spotted Mary, her voice rising once again as she faced the shadow of her doubt. Her heart opened wide, and in that moment, he saw it a familiar sadness, a memory of loneliness that threatened to swallow her joy. But she stood tall, allowing the golden light to wash over her. I release you, doubt, she proclaimed, her voice echoing through the landscape. As she spoke, the shadow began to dissipate, revealing a clearer, more profound light within her. One by one, the villagers faced their struggles. Thomas stood bravely against the specter of loneliness that cloaked him, his shadow unraveling into tiny pieces of shimmering light, each fragment carrying away his fears. Samuel watched in awe, realizing that their journey was not just theirs alone. It was collective, a shared strength resonating through the air. "Feel the unity," the angel cried, its voice ringing with exhilaration. "Within struggle lies your divine essence, a tapestry woven with the threads of truth." Samuel took a step forward, emboldened by the transformations unfolding around him. "I choose to face my anger," he shouted, his voice full of fervor. Suddenly, a whirlwind of emotions swirled around him, dark and edge-laden. Yet he felt something shift. The golden light surged within him, illuminating his heart's depths. As he surrendered to it, he sensed a release, clarity washing away years of resentment. Each embrace of struggle turns shadows into light. The angel reminded them gently. "You are the catalyst of your transformation. Release what burdens you, and let the truth shine brighter." The air vibrated with energy as the villagers rallied together. They were no longer alone in their struggles. They were a chorus of healing voices, intertwining and merging into one strong, joyful hymn. Their fears faced together created a beautiful symphony of strength and hope. Samuel gazed around, witnessing how everyone's burdens were lifted in unison. Each struggle named had metamorphosed into shared strength, and the pathway ahead glimmered with potential, stretching into eternity beyond the portal. But then, amidst the chorus of hope, the angel's voice became serious. "The portal holds the unknown, a divine challenge that tests your spirit. Are you ready to surrender fully to this light?" Samuel's spirit soared, yet a thread of hesitation lingered. What awaits next? He whispered to himself, feeling the divine mystery ripple through the air. Suddenly, from the depths of the portal, whispers of his innermost fears fluttered like leaves caught in a storm. Intrigued, yet apprehensive, he felt the pull growing stronger. The villagers instinctively knew they would face trials greater than ever before, ones that tested their hearts and spirits. Samuel closed his eyes, breathing deeply. "Together, we can," and just like that, the shimmering light enveloped them once more, urging them onward. Where would their shared journey lead now? What new heights awaited them on the other side? Only the divine knew. The golden light embraced them tightly, drawing them further into the heart of the unknown. Samuel felt an electric thrill course through him, mingled with waves of anxiety. What challenges could waiting on the other side of this ethereal portal? He glanced around at his fellow villagers, their faces glowing with hope and determination, and he felt a surge of unity among them. With a collective, deep breath, they all stepped into the radiant portal. The world around them swirled, and the essence of their being felt suspended in time. When the light began to settle, they found themselves standing in a space that seemed both vast and intimate, a realm filled with echoes of laughter and whispers of praise. "Welcome, my beloved ones," the angel's voice resonated like an eternal melody, reverberating through the air. "Here lies the arena of your miracles. You will confront the struggles that have tethered you to pain, and in doing so, unlock the keys to your divine potential." As the angel spoke, shimmering motifs danced in the air before them, illustrating the very struggles that had marked their lives. The first motif formed before Samuel, illuminating the pain of his childhood, a moment of betrayal that had etched itself in his heart. He stood before it transfixed. It was as if he were witnessing a play, his younger self seeking solace. "I forgive you," Samuel murmured, feeling the weight lift. The motif brightened, dissipating like mist under the sun. The release sent ripples of warmth through him, and he understood that the chains of his past were breaking. One by one, villagers faced their struggles, each revealing their own stories. Mary stepped forward, confronting the fear of failure that had haunted her for years. "I let go of my fear," she declared, her voice ringing with newfound clarity and strength. The shadows that held her trembled and fell away, revealing the vibrant light of her spirit. Thomas grappled with the loss of his loved ones, the sorrow often overshadowing his joy. As he faced the swirling mass of grief, he cried out, "I embrace the love I still hold." The echoing affirmation transformed his grief into a luminous aura, a testament to the love that transcended every tear. The chorus of healing thrummed around them, a magnetic force urging the villagers to face their truths. Samuel felt a swell of camaraderie, his heart intertwined with theirs as they embraced their vulnerabilities. With each revelation, their collective spirit soared higher. "Celebrate your miracles," the angel proclaimed, its voice now a booming symphony. Each struggle faced is a stepping stone toward the divine. As laughter and tears flowed together, the villagers knew they were not alone in their trials. They were woven into a magnificent tapestry of faith and perseverance, a living testament to the divine love that enveloped them. They encouraged one another, their bond strengthening with each step forward, each struggle faced revealing new facets of their spirit. But amidst this surge of hope, the air thickened with anticipation. The angel's gaze turned solemn, drawing them close. "Remember, my children, that the light you feel now is but a precursor to what is to come. Beyond this realm lies the ultimate test, a trial, where faith will be the key that unlocks true transformation." Samuel's heart raced. He felt a cascade of gratitude and fear intermingling in his chest. "What lies beyond?" he whispered, the question echoing in his mind. As they held hands, a beautiful tapestry woven of their shared light began to shimmer brightly, illuminating the path ahead. "Are you ready to embrace this light and step into the unknown with unwavering faith?" Their angel asked, the words pulsating with encouragement. Together, they moved forward, hearts united. What awaited them beyond the light? Only the divine would reveal the depths of their journey. The golden light enveloped the villagers, pulsating like a heartbeat that echoed their collective faith. Each ray illuminated their faces, reflecting the joy and determination that had conquering the dark resentments of their past. The angel's voice, carrying the weight of eternity, rang like a powerful bell, resonating deep within their souls. "Prepare yourselves," it proclaimed, radiating with warmth and authority. "Here in this sacred arena, you will challenge the strongest shadows that have weighed upon your hearts. This is where you will craft your miracles." Samuel stood at the forefront, heart racing but emboldened by the connection binding them all together. He felt the warmth of an hand, the strength in Ted's laughter, and the unwavering love in each of their gazes. There was a beauty in their unity, a shared understanding that they were called to embark on this transformative journey together. "Together," he whispered, eyes glimmering with conviction. One by one, each villager stepped forward, embracing their challenges as they spoke their truths. "Despair," Mary shouted, her voice shaking but unwavering. Bright light erupted around her, revealing how she had carried the weight of hopelessness and how it tried to shackle her spirit. But with every confident declaration, the dark tendrils of despair faded away, leaving behind only the luminescent energy of hope. "Loneliness," cried Thomas, and the walls around him shimmered, exposing windows of past isolation. With each tear shed, he felt lighter, as though the light of their community could reach into the depths of his spirit and fill the void. As they shared, Samuel felt inspired, knowing their courage would echo into his own heart. "Anger," he named, the word carrying with it a torrent of release. He envisioned his past grievances, every moment of frustration lifting like smoke fading into the ether. "I choose to forgive," he called out, and the light surged brighter, washing over him like a waterfall of divine love. "Release the shackles," the angel encouraged, lifting its arms wide, inviting the collective energy of faith to flow through them, intertwining and creating a tapestry of healing that shimmered in radiant colors. The space felt alive, every villager now shimmering under the weight of their confessions and newfound strength. Healing broke through. Miracles blossomed in their hearts as they transmuted pain into light. "Hope, love, joy," they shouted, standing firm in their unity. The vibrant energy soared upwards, spiraling towards the canopy of light bathing them. Each acknowledgement and each celebration heightened the divine forces converging around them, unleashed through their faith and surrender. Yet as the bliss swelled, a hush descended upon them, a palpable moment of sacred silence. "You stand at a threshold," the angel announced, its voice resonating through the reverent stillness. Sudden calm fostered anticipation, and the air thickened with a mixture of excitement and fear. Now comes the trial of your spirit, the final test to claim your miracles. In this chamber of light lies a door to your deepest fears. The shadows you have faced must now be honored, embraced, and transformed. Will you be brave enough to cross the threshold? Samuel's heart raced with trepidation. Would their faith be enough? He turned, looking into the eyes of his fellow villagers, drawing strength from their shared bond. It was not just a test of the individual, but of their collective faith, woven together like a tapestry of hope. Yes, they answered in unison, voices rising like a chorus, harmonizing their commitment to face the unknown. As the angel gestured toward the door ahead, golden light erupted, bringing clarity amidst the shadows. Step forward, embrace your destiny. You are not alone. You carry the hearts of your community with you. They took steps together, hand in hand, crossing into the luminous doorway where their struggles had been transformed into radiant potential. What awaited within the depths was unknown, yet Samuel felt an immense peace envelop him, a reassurance that together they would find the strength to face everything head-on. As the light flickered and pulsed, their hearts syncopated, echoing in rhythm with the divine promise within them. Through this sacred threshold, they moved into spaces drenched in light, ready to unveil their miracles. They were chosen, a living testament to the power of shared faith, resilience, and divine love, standing firm against the encroaching shadows of doubt and fear. As they ventured further, they stepped into a new dawn, unraveling the masterpieces of miracles that awaited, their spirits soaring with profound gratitude. This was the moment they had waited for. The time to transform struggle into joy was finally here. Together, they welcomed their divine destiny with open arms. Their triumph began with a shared breath of faith, unbroken bonds weaving an unshakable belief that miracles were possible when hearts unite in trust and love. This was the creation of their new beginning. Now, beloved ones, it's time to take this journey to heart. Do not miss a moment of the divine stories that unite us in faith. Subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss the next incredible testimonies that uplift us through every struggle. Leave a like now to fuel the algorithm, letting faith stories spread like wildfire. Comment below your reactions, your own miracles, and testimonies about this powerful ending. And don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to feel the presence of God in their lives. Remember, only true servants of God understand the importance of uplifting one another through these actions.